Hello everyone, this is Kaizouwar here, and this is essentially a follow-up to my previous video that came before this in regards to the Persona 25th anniversary announcement. So we have been told that Persona 3 Portable, Persona 4 Golden, and Persona 5 Royal will be coming on PC, PlayStation 4/5, and Xbox. Now, as I mentioned before in my previous video, I am super happy about this. It's just pure excitement all around. Now, at first, they announced the version of the Xbox. They did say they were going to put it on PlayStation as well. They only really said PC and Xbox at first, but they clarified it on Twitter, so it's not a bad thing. But yeah, I'm pretty happy, super excited. I love all three of these games. I already have Persona 5 Royal, so it's no big deal. Regardless of that, I can just play it on my PS4 anytime I want to. And there's also Portable, but I'm actually happy to see Golden get re-released because that's been the one game that I've been wanting to have on current consoles the longest. I love all three of these games, but I think Persona 4 Golden is probably my most wanted one because I haven't played it too much compared to the other games. Because yeah, I can boot up an emulator for Persona 3 Portable. I also own Portable, and I also own Persona 3 Fez, and I also own Royal. But Persona 4 Golden, I don't own Golden as of this moment. I had it for the Vita, didn't sold that, never got it again. So sucks. But yeah, it's nice to see these games here. I'm actually really happy. Just pure excitement. Also, I guess this is technically part of the announcement, but this came out way before. Now, we already know that these three games were announced for the 25th anniversary announcement. But, I mean, if you want to be technical about it, there's also Persona 4 Arena Ultimax Remastered. That was also announced for PC, PlayStation 4, and Nintendo Switch. Now, technically, this is part of the announcement. It just wasn't part of the three games, but that was announced way earlier. But yeah, so not only we got all these games back, we also got Arena Ultimax back. And I really hope that maybe we get Dancing All Night back. Or, well, I mean, technically we already have Dancing All Night, but you can't access it on the PlayStation 4 without the code that came in with the collection Persona 3 and Persona 5 dancing games. So if they could just make that available for everyone to play without having to say, oh no, you have to re-release all this, all that stuff, I really believe it was okay. So they'll have almost all the games outside of Persona Q released out there, and that'll be a great thing. I mean, honestly, I'm not going to expect Persona Q because that's like a whole thing they're going to redo. But if they could just get Dancing All Night just available for PlayStation 4 like it already is, just let people play it, I think that'd be another good part of this announcement. Now, in regards of the games coming out, apparently they only said that Persona 5 Royal will be getting a physical version for the PlayStation 5, and I get why and also Persona 5 Royal is also the first game that's going to come out, while the other two are presumably going to come after that at a later date. Now, the thing about Persona 5 is that Persona 5 is the biggest Atlas property in ever. It's probably bigger than Jesus at this point. So I can see why Persona 5 is getting the treatment. It's the first game that's going to come out of the three sets, and on top of that, it's the only one going to get a physical release for PS5. And I guess there'd be no sense of making a collection of these games. I mean, I think re-releasing Persona 3 Portable and 4 Golden as physical copies would probably take a lot of time out of Atlas and a lot of money to make physical versions of them. I personally would have loved it. It was just a collection of games, the Persona Legacy Collection or whatever, But yeah, I can see why they're not going to do that. But I'm kind of bummed out that that Golden and 3 Portable won't be coming out anytime soon. They'll be coming out after Royal. I really wish they just did in order from 3 to 4 to 5, or they just did 3 and 4 at the same time and then 5 later, because 5 is a game you could just already access, you can play Persona 5 on your PS5 through the PS4's backward compatibility. But I guess I get it. They're going to upscale it, make it look better, make it run at maybe 60 frames per second. Maybe since this is going to be a PS5 version of the game, they're probably going to add all the DLC that was with Persona 5 Royal, because there's DLC for Royal. And I guess they're going to put that into the full package to make the complete Persona 5 package. So that's my guess. I don't know. Until the game actually, gets in, Atlas clarifies any announcements or anything. But yeah, I'm just hyped. I'm pretty hyped as well. We got Arena back, and then we got these games coming over as well. It's funny enough that Persona 4 Arena Ultimate wasn't announced for Xbox either, but that announcement is separate from this. So yeah, I wanted to talk about the game coming on PC. Now, there are games that have been now Alice has been doing a bit more of a push to put games on PC, right? Now, these I'm not going to include like games like SMT Imagine. This little list I'm going to talk about here because SMT Imagine is an MMO anyway, so like that doesn't count. But games that Alice did release for the PC in regards of like maybe Persona or just the Megami Tensei franchise in general, we have Persona 4 Golden, because Persona 4 Golden was released a little while back on PC, and they made it $20. It was super cheap to get, and on top of that, I think it broke 500,000. They made an announcement that it broke on 500,000 sales, 500,000 downloads and sales. That's pretty good. I don't know how much it has been since then. But it's nice to see that Persona 4 Golden was doing well, and it gave Atlas the incentive to try to port it over. Again, thank God. I've been wanting just a dedicated port for Golden outside PC and Vita. I'm just so happy about that. There's also Persona 4 Arena Ultimax Remastered, as I mentioned before. That's also on PC as well. And they also put SMT3 Nocturne HD on PC. And the most recent announcement for PC outside of the whole Persona 25th anniversary thing is Soul Hackers 2. So again, nice to see Atlas putting more games on PC, and it might set up things for the future about more Atlas games coming to PC. Like if they release a new, like maybe Persona 6, right? They'll put that on PC and PS5 and other consoles like that. Or if they were to re-release games like, let's say, Digital Devil Saga or Raido Kuzunoha, they would probably put those on PS4 and PC and possibly Switch. But I'll get to this whole Switch thing in a minute. And let's talk about the Xbox games for Atlas. Atlas doesn't really put many of their games on Xbox. I was only able to remember at least 4. There's probably 5. I think one of those are not really anything to do with Megami Tensei, so I kind of just left that alone. So the games they released for the Xbox were like this: there's Shin Megami Tensei 9, because that was the very first game, and the only Shin Megami Tensei game on the original Xbox. Catherine was also released for Xbox, which I always forget. I always forget that Catherine was on the Xbox, because my first instinct, because back in the day, it's like, oh, it's PS3, but I never knew it was on Xbox as well. I didn't even know that until I started making this video. I was like, really? There's also the first 2 Arena games, Arena and Arena Ultimax. That's also on Xbox 360 as well. And Soul Hackers 2 will be the first Megami Tensei game on the Xbox One and the Xbox Series X. So again, it's I think it's what really shocked people the most is when they saw Soul Hackers 2, because Atlas never really had the history of releasing too many games on Xbox. So when Soul Hackers 2 became the first thing that people talked about, that was like really a shocker. It's like, it's coming to Xbox? No freaking way. It's crazy. And it's nice to see, they're putting the Soul Hackers 2 on a lot of different consoles. I think that's pretty cool as well. Then there's also the Switch games, which I actually want to talk about. What about the Switch? A lot of people have been, complaining about, these games are not coming to the Switch. And I did mention that before on my video and my Twitter before, but I did say this. I think it's Persona 5 Royal that's the main reason why these games aren't coming on Switch. Now, they're going to release these games seemingly in parts, right? They're going to do Royal first, and then 4 possibly, and then Persona 3. And I feel like Royal is the one game they'll have to make a lot of changes for in order to fit it on the Switch. And I feel like they're not even going to bother doing that. In my personal opinion, I feel like they're not going to do that. I could be wrong. I could be completely wrong. Who knows? We just gotta wait later down the line. But games like Persona 3 Portable and Persona 4 Golden, I could definitely see those getting on the Switch, because those games aren't that demanding. But Royal is the one game that I feel like they're not going to bother trying to downsize to put on the Switch. And I feel like if they're not going to put Royal there, then it's not going to be all 3 games. It's just going to be 2 games. And I feel like that'll be, weird, because they're talking about these games as if they're in a set of 3, and if they're not in a set of 3 on Switch, then they might as well just not do it at all, in my personal opinion. I don't know how porting works. I don't know how it takes to port a game over, but I personally feel as if it's all Royal's fault that they can't do it, because they're not going to try do extra stuff to fit Royal on there. Because when Atlas brings out some of these games, they bring them out in the idea of like they can be ported to all consoles. Like, for example, when they brought Persona 5 Strikers, it was on PC, PS4, and Switch. And, those games were made, the game was probably made in a way where it could fit all consoles without having any too big issues. But Royal and Golden and 3 Portable are like all completely different games made at completely different times. So That's my whole thing. That's my whole deal. But I can't blame people for being upset about the Switch, not getting a Switch port. I feel like these games should be on every console, but if they can't get it on Switch, I mean, there's nothing you can do about it, right? And I feel like there would be no point putting Golden and Portable on the Switch by themselves if Atlas were willing to do such a thing. But I don't see them messing with Royal. I personally don't see them fiddling around with Royal to fit it on the Switch. I just don't see it. But anyway, let's talk about Atlas Switch games, because Atlas does have a history of putting games on the Switch. So that could be a possibility later down the line, because they put Persona 5 Strikers on the Switch. Persona 4 Arena Ultimax Remastered is on the Switch. Shin Megami Tensei 3 Nocturne HD is on the Switch. Shin Megami Tensei 5, Tokyo Mirage Sessions, Catherine Full Body, and 13 Sentinels, which is the most recent Switch announcement besides Persona out here. 13 Sentinels got on the Switch as well. So Atlas is perfectly willing to put games on Switch, and they put a lot on there. Like it's not like they're ignoring the system. I just feel as if they gotta do a lot more work to fit at least Royal on the Switch. Because I think Golden and 3 Portable are definitely easy games to put on the Switch. Again, my personal opinion, but it's Royal, and so I feel like if they're not gonna put Royal on there, they're not gonna put all the games on there. Because it'd be weird just to have just those two instead of like Royal on there. And I don't know. That's my personal opinion. Moving on all the way from that, we have why not Persona 3 Fest. Now, Atlas decided to choose to put Persona 3 Portable instead of FES on this whole collection thing. Now, when I thought about this before the announcement, I thought, would it be cool if Atlas just put Portable and FES, together? Because, I mean, it would be kind of weird to just leave one game out, because I don't know, it just felt weird, But they decided to choose Portable because I guess it makes sense, because I mentioned in my other video that Portable is the most current version of Persona 3. Just like Golden is the most current version of Persona 4, and Royal is the most current version of Persona 5. And, Portable, I feel like they just had to choose Portable because it's slightly more content. You're missing out on 3D overworlds and the answer and some anime cutscenes and Fest. But with Portable, you got the female route. You can actually control your party members. The game's been rebalanced. There's also a bunch of stuff that's been changed from the original release of Persona 3 Fest, and definitely the Persona 3 as a game. And they took more liberties from 4 because Portable did come out after 4. So that too. So I feel like that's the reason why they chose Portable, because it's just on top of, I guess, the easier version to port, because I remember hearing that Persona 3 Fest is a nightmare to work with. Like, the game is just being held together by duct tape, dreams, and glue. So, yeah, I just feel like, it's just easier to choose Portable because it has the more content. Plus, you can still play the female protagonist, so you don't leave her out of it all. So, you know what I mean? So, I feel like that's the reason why. Because, I don't know, originally I thought they were just going to choose Fest and Portable, just to put them both together, but I feel like that would just be, kind of weird. But, whatever. It's not a big deal. I mean, Portable still a fully playable game. It's still Persona 3. It's just there's some things that are lacking. It's more of a visual novel rather than just the walking around the overworld, going from place to place. The game is still there. The whole game is still there. It's just some things have been taken out, and plus the answer has been taken out, which I don't know if that was a good idea, because obviously the answer wasn't in Portable. There's no way they could have put the answer in there. But I don't know if Atlas is willing to just say, yeah, we don't want people to play Fez in the answer. I don't know. That's something else entirely. But yeah, Persona 3 Portable, I'm okay with it. I can understand people's complaints, but personally, I'm okay with it because it's still Persona 3 at the end of the day. It's still Persona 3 at the end of the day. It's a better game mechanically. That's my opinion, because obviously Persona 3 Fest has a lot of issues. It's still a great game at the end of the day, but there are some issues with its gameplay that I can see. It didn't really age well. It didn't really age well mechanically. So I can see why they chose Portable, because it's the better game mechanically, and the same goes for Golden, and the same goes for Royal as well. Now, after all that, because I didn't want to get into a long argument about why people don't want Portable and rather have Fest. There's one more thing I wanted to talk about, and that's other possible games to be ported. Now, I really hope that Atlas continues on this train of porting more games over so they won't be lost to time. And there are some things, there's some ideas I have, and they're not really that many, because these are only Megami Tensei games that I just kind of want to see ported over, just because they'll be lost to time if they don't. So the first game I want to talk about, well, first set of games, is Persona 1 and Persona 2 for the PSP. Now, I don't know if Atlus will be willing to do that. I don't know if they were able to, willing to, just put it out there. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, they would have done it by now, and I feel like they're not going to put the effort in. Just do it for Persona 1 and 2 for the PSP. So I just feel like they're just going to leave that out as well. Plus, there's also Innocent Sin and Eternal Punishment to worry about mixing together. So I'm like, I feel like that's too much of a hassle at this moment. So moving on from that, there's the Raito Kuzunoha games, the 2 Raito Kuzunoha games. And I feel as if this should be a dual pack, because those games lead into each other. And I feel like, having those games released together as a dual pack release, like, oh, the Raito Kuzunoha collection or something like that, I feel like that would be a good idea. I personally believe it would be a good idea. And this also rolls into my next set of games, Digital Devil Saga. And I think Digital Devil Saga definitely needed it. I mean, if we got SMT 3 out, I feel like Digital Devil Saga should be the next game that should get a dual pack release. The Digital Devil Saga collection, where you can just release it on PC, PS4, Steam, possibly Switch. I feel like these games could obviously fit on Switch. And I feel like that'd be a no-brainer. Just make Raito Kuzunoha and Digital Devil Saga dual pack games, because they're both together, so there'd be no point, right? And I also want SMT 5 to go to other consoles. Now, I don't know if they're ever willing to do such a thing. I don't know if Nintendo has some kind of exclusivity deal with SMT5, but seeing how Atlus is able to put a bunch of their games out on different consoles, I feel like they can do so for SMT5. Put that on PC, PS4/PS5, Steam, that kind of thing. So I just feel like they could do that. It's just a matter of when, and I feel like they are going to do it. I feel like they're going to maybe make a SMT5 Redux, like an upgraded version, because Atlus is not privy to making updated re-releases of all their goddamn games every time. Remember, we got freaking Catherine Full Body. We get the Switch release of Tokyo Mirage Sessions. Again, I just mentioned before, Persona 3 portable, which has, funny enough, Persona 3 has been updated 2 times, because there's also Fez, and then there's portable, and then there's also Persona 4, then Golden, Persona 5, then Royal, Nocturne. I guess I really can't count Nocturne HD, because that's just a high definition port. It didn't have DLC or anything like that, or anything added to it, so I guess I can't count Nocturne. I can't count Nocturne at all. But you know what I mean, right? You guys get what I mean. It's just I feel like they're going to make a SMT5 complete edition or definitive edition, that kind of thing, So yeah, that was really my video. It was longer than I wanted it to be, but I'm pretty happy that, I'm pretty happy these games are getting out here. I'm glad those surveys that I complained so much about actually came into handy. Because I was like, man, Atlus, stop giving me these surveys and just put the games out there. Now we see Persona getting some love. Maybe we can extend some love to Digital Devil Saga and Raito Kuzunoha. I really hope so, because those games will be stuck on the PS2/PS3, because you can play, you can download them for your PS3 through PSN. So I really hope you could just, do that. I really hope they'll just make a dual pack of these games. I don't know if they ever will. I don't know how much work that will take, but considering it's going to take till October to get a PS5 version of Royal, yeah, it's going to be a while before Atlus even touches the other Shin Megami Tensei games. Whatever. But yeah, I'm really happy. I love all these games. I really love Persona. I love Persona to death. So I'm happy to see Ultimax come back. I'm happy to see all the other games get ported over as well. So now everyone can play these games. I love it. It's one of the best things. It's one of the best things that happened to me all week. I'm just so damn happy. So yeah, definitely can't wait to play Persona 4 Golden again when it comes out, and have an excuse to play portable. And while I'm waiting, I have an excuse to play Persona 5 Royal. I don't know why. I might play it. I might not play it again. Royal is a 100-hour plus game. So depending on my time and ability to do so, I will play that game again, just to relive some stuff. But yeah, without further ado, I will see you all next time. I hope you guys get to enjoy Persona 3 Portable, Golden, and Royal when they come out. I really hope you guys can enjoy them when they come out. I just hope they come out sooner than later, because I don't want it to roll over into 2022, and that's when we get Golden and Portable. That's 6 months from now. 7 months if you count the year rolling over, and I'm going to cry. But yeah, see you all next time. Hope everyone has a great day. Peace, everybody. I am out.